Okay guys, so now that I've given you a nice guided tour of the Stylophone Gen X-1 and of synthesis, I'm going to show you some of the amazing effects that I've discovered. So just to simplify things, and so that I can remember the settings, I've been drawing out the settings that I've picked for the Gen X-1. And this is the first one. So now I've added that onto the Gen X-1, let's have a listen. This is what I like to call a generally nice high-pitched setting. So if you want to record any upper harmonies or just a generally nice high stylophone, this is a great setting to choose. Obviously adding on any of these effects on the side might be really interesting too. Now the second setting I want to show you is just a good general standard Gen X-1 setting. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like. So essentially the entire delay and filter are off and all you've got is a simple envelope setting going on. So again, playing around with these can be quite effective. So the last little synth setting I want to share with you is another little high-pitched synth, but it's got a slightly different character and quite a nice captivating voice to it. So now I've mapped that onto the synth, let's have a listen. Now something that I noticed especially about this particular setting is that it sounds great on the touchpad. And unlike other settings, you can actually get some individual notes out of it, as well as some sweeps. Probably best played with this end, to be honest. Another thing I like to do is play with the depth knob. And if you switch to a square wave, one thing I did forget to cover earlier was this brand new touchpad that we have here, which you can play with the stylus and with your finger. However, if you do play the touchpad, you can't then play the keyboard at the same time. Now another thing that synths can do that is often not explored very much is create drum beats. And that's something that I've been trying to explore a lot on the Gen X-1. And this is the first setting that I've come across that I've really liked. So let's have a listen to what it sounds like. As you can hear, it's quite a deep sort of sound. And if I turn this all the way down, it's even deeper. And what I like about this is it's got kind of a sort of a helicopter sort of sound. Now this is the second drum beat setting that I've been experimenting with, as I feel like it has a really good potential for kick and snare sounds. Now this particular setting has an effect involved to really carry out what I'm after. So firstly, you need to play the lowermost note on the keyboard or the swipe pad. Let's go for the swipe pad. Now as you can hear, the notes are coming out at a particular speed. So what I'm going to do is slowly turn the depth knob, and you're going to hear that it gets gradually slower. And now it's at a nice and slow speed that I feel would work great to be sampled as a drum sound. Although beware that when you take this off and then play it again, it's back at the quicker speed. Now here's the setting I discovered for a really full and really realistic kick drum sound. Now the last setting I want to show you has great potential for a kind of high cymbal or snare effect. So this part is going to involve touching the swipe pad, and I'm going to do that with my stylus. And as you can hear, when I'm pressing and then releasing, it's got two different sounds to it, and that's potentially the two different drum sounds you can use. been great to see so many of you enter the Gen X-1 giveaway so far, and if you haven't heard about that, you're very welcome to check the description. And I hope you've been enjoying these videos on the Gen X-1 Stylophone. If you did, you're very welcome to hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel. You can do that by clicking in the corner over here. And hopefully by this time next week, there'll be a Stylophone cover out, so I'll see you then.